Hello and welcome to Edmentum On Demand. Thank you for joining us. Today we are exploring all that Study Island has to offer. Edmentum Study Island program is a customizable K-12 practice and assessment tool that supports formative assessment strategies in the classroom. With thousands of items built specifically from your state-specific and national standards, Study Island is leading the way in providing students with an engaging first-hand experience for reinforcement, built-in remediation, and individualized practice. So join me as we explore and dive into Edmentum's Study Island program and its flexible platform designed to effectively support student learning. Study Island is dedicated to maintaining quality research-based content with a tight alignment to each state standards. Our dedicated in-house content and development team builds Study Island content from the ground up to meet each state's ever-changing needs. With over 6,000 items, educators have the flexibility and depth needed to support student learning while solving for a variety of needs, such as standards-based practice, test preparation, intervention support, and classroom assessment. So join me as we sail away to the island and learn more about Edmentum's Study Island program and how this solution can provide continuous engagement, monitoring, and assessment of student progress. So you may be wondering, what is Study Island exactly? Well, in a nutshell, Study Island is a standards-based independent practice tool where students can work through reinforcement of key skills. Through its provided lesson reviews that target all modalities of learning, students receive targeted practice sessions. These sessions offer rigorous and complex problems through a wide range of technology-enhanced item types to demonstrate true mastery of concepts and skills. In addition, intuitive built-in remediation, supportive answer feedback, and explanations are all built within the program, and students receive an engaging student experience that emphasizes student agency and ownership over their learning. Not to mention valuable instructor resources and technology tools that can allow for collaborative practice with small and whole groups. And most importantly, an instructor dashboard that allows you to take advantage of the real-time progress monitoring analytics that track standards mastery and direct teachers to lesson plans and resources that help to continue and support ongoing classroom instruction and differentiation of learning. So are you ready to see Study Island for yourself? Let's go ahead and dive right in and take a look at Study Island Live. Okay, so when students first begin the program, they will go ahead and log right in and see their student dashboard page. Now here they're going to see a look at all of the blue ribbons that they've earned for the academic achievements they've made this year in each of their subject areas. So they have a running total of the accomplishments that they've earned and how their hard work has paid off. In addition to that, they have several suggested topics that have been pulled for them based on some of the difficulties that they've had within the program. So this will show them where to focus their practice and instruction. They have in-progress topics, which will take them right into the last lesson that they completed and bookmark where they left off in terms of their practice. And then also any active assignments from built tests to writing assignments along with project-based learning activities that the instructor has assigned also show up on their dashboard page. Now, students can work through the Study Island topics at an individual pace through their self-directed mode, or instructors can focus their practice by creating assignments and classroom pages that students can go in and interact with. In addition to that, we also have a partnership with NWEA MapLink, which creates an individualized learning path for students based on their NWEA RIT scores. So we'll jump more into that in just a bit, but let's go ahead and dive into Study Island program. Now, when students select their grade level and subject area, they are taken to a topic tree where they can look at all of the Study Island topics along with the standards that they are built off of. So when looking at this lesson, the student knows exactly what the expectation is and what they're going to be working on. For instance, here, describing a context in which a total number of objects can be expressed as an equation. Okay. They also are able to see what's currently in progress, which is what we saw on our home page, so they're directed exactly what they need to go back into and finish. Now, when students work through a lesson, they have several resources that they can choose from. So let me go into one here. they have a lesson overview that will walk them through reinforcement of what they've learned in the classroom before they begin practice, along with several different modalities that they can use to actually complete the practice within the program. So let's jump into one that I'm currently in progress with. Now in this lesson review, we're going to see content vocabulary that is reiterated for the student along with examples of what that content vocabulary looks like. They'll see problem sets along with solutions that walk the student through how to arrive at the correct answer and explanations at how they got there. In addition to that, in each of the subject areas, there are embedded animated videos, Khan Academy videos, science simulations, along with additional animation where students can go through and see a review of this lesson in a visual or auditory format. Now these can always be printed out so the student can review, along with reader support tools that are built in that can allow for the student to get the concepts read aloud here as soon as that is turned on for them. Okay. And once students have reviewed their lesson, they can work through interactive flashcards, doing think pair shares with partners, working through these as a warm-up when they first come into class that school day, or even as an exit ticket before they leave, just to ensure that they have mastered and understood the topic. In addition to that, this is a great way for students to actually print some of these out or work with these at home with their parents to continue to build skills in this standard or skill area. Alrighty, so once students work through the lesson review, they can actually jump right in and select how they want to work through this. So they have a standard practice mode along with a gaming mode that allows them to receive engaging, motivational games that they can go in and play that allow them to compete for high scores in the classroom, in their campus, and even students across the state. So here they get to select how they want to be rewarded for the questions that they get correct. So every question I get correct, I'm going to get a chance to go in and improve or best my session score within this game. Okay. Also printable worksheet modes for students who are working offline or want to have additional extension or practice into this concept. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump right into my in progress session and continue where I left off. Alrighty, so in a practice session, here students begin working through a problem. Now they have a set of student tools that are available to them here, so they can increase font size, decrease font size, get questions read aloud, okay, which continues to pace for the student. They also have the ability to take notes on their notepad and even print those out at the end of their session and annotate key information within the program, within the practice. So we can practice testing strategies, focusing on key information, note-taking within passages as well. Okay. All right, so here I'm going to look at a model that describes the same as 7 times 6, so the exact same equation as 7 times 6. So here I'm just going to go ahead and take a guess. Alrighty, so Taco the Crab gives me that feedback that I did an amazing job, and here I can actually go in and get access to the game. So you can see it's pretty similar to the types of games and mobile optimized games that students are downloading to their electronic devices. So here we have several pizza orders that are coming in, and we need to do our best to fill those on time. So we've got about 60 to 90 questions to play, or usually it's about 3 strikes and you're out. And then we're on to the next question. Okay. Oh, I'm not going to make it. Okay, so each time that a student gets to complete a round game, they're going to receive a score for that round and then an overall session score. So this is what they can compete with at the end of the week and get to see how they're doing compared to their classmates. Now let's move on. So here I'm going to take a guess. I see that I did not get that correct on the first attempt, so it's going to show me that here, but it is going to give me the correct response. Now, as I keep on working through these, if I continue to get questions incorrect, we have our detailed explanation that pops right up for the student. that they can go in and read through to see how to arrive at the correct response. Now this is also an optional tool that can be read aloud to students if you have any struggling readers as well. Okay, now as I continue to get questions incorrect, okay, I'm going to see a built-in guess detector pop up. So this will let me know to take my time and read throughout the question if I'm moving too fast. Now, one of the things that Study Island prides itself on is having a large variety of next-generation item types that are available within the program. So here we can see we have over 13 different items that can provide a complex and rigorous way for students to work through these problems. So for instance, multi-part to an interactive drawing tool, along with constructed response, multiple response questions where there's more than one correct answer, audio, sequencing, just really the whole gambit to continue to give students the ability to kind of practice through these and be able to demonstrate that they've mastered these on several different levels. Okay, so here we have what looks like more of a multi-part type of problem. So part A, we're going to select the students whose reasoning is correct. Just going to take a guess here. And then part B would be to actually solve that and select the correct quotient. So again, I'm just going to guess. All right, now here we get to see that Melinda should have been the correct response and that the correct quotient should have been around a 7 here. Okay. Okay, so now I'm only done about half of the problems here. At the bottom, I can see I've answered 4 out of 10 questions. I can see the timer for my session and also get a game score and a session score. So this is kind of giving me just some insight into how I did. So I'm going to save that session and jump out. Okay, and I get that reminder. And so here when I return or when I go to my dashboard, I can come back to exactly where I left off. Now once I finish those 10 questions, if I get a 70% or higher, then I will get to receive that blue ribbon. If I get below a 50% here, I'm going to get remediated onto a building block topic. Okay, so these continue to provide some guidance for students as they work through here. Blue ribbons show them the areas where they're mastering, and they can print these awards out and keep in a classroom portfolio or use for classroom points. And in the areas where they're struggling, they're going to see this red triangle that's telling them that they need to take a second and just go back through a supporting topic that's pulled in, usually from the grade level below, to fill in learning gaps and help them work back up to grade level. So here they have their building block topic. They'll have a whole new set of lesson reviews and resources for this lesson. And once they master it, it'll return them right back up to grade level intuitively. All right, now quickly we'll jump into student reports because students are also given that student agency and ownership into their learning. So I'm just going to pick, let's just go into Common Core here. Okay. All right, so here we can actually see the student scores for each of their subject areas. This is going to give them a look at all the different types of sessions they've worked through, how much time they've spent in the program, their actual score within that program. It's going to give them their best score, their best session score, along with a grading key down here. And this grading key is usually broken down based on your approximate state performance level. So it's going to match what they would see within their end of year test, how that's going to break down their proficiency levels here. Okay, so if I jump into a subject area, first thing I'm going to see is my diagnostic results. So there's a built-in diagnostic within every program that just allows the student to see what areas they've mastered, what areas they want to focus on. So we get to see that right within here. And then in addition to that, we also have the ability to go in and kind of just look at what we've completed and seen within the program thus far as ready as well. So for instance, we get to see the topics we've completed, those same icons, but we can go in and preview and view our sessions and see what we missed and which questions we got wrong. So that's one report that is available for the student. In addition to that, we can also look at that suggested topic. So where is it pulling those topic areas that are on my dashboard page? This is going to show me which ones are high priority for me and just how far away I am from reaching that passing threshold, along with which ones I've exceeded, which ones are mastered, and then which ones I haven't yet completed. So this is a great report for students. Also, we've got the high score report. Okay, so this one is going to give students that round score so they can see where they placed, who's first, second, and third, and where they are in terms of their school and within the state. Okay, so let's move on over to the instructor dashboard. As soon as instructors log in, they're going to see a Sensei dashboard page, which gives them real-time data and a look at what students are working on live within the program. So here, I have a quick guide that shows me what each of these great color codings mean, but really they're intuitive enough to where I can immediately see by clicking on a subject area, oh, that multiplication and a division is an area where I want to focus my attention. So when I click on that, that shows me all of the students who have completed this topic, just like my student Pam did right now, and I'm able to go in and see which ones have mastered and which ones need some additional help. So I can filter them out and be able to pull this group of students into a small group, a tutoring session, and we can pull in some resources and then reassign some practice for students right here within the program. So this is a great way to look at exactly how students are working and use that data to impact and kind of pivot my instruction based on how students are working. And we can also look at a standards view. If we don't want to see the study island topics, we can look at the individual standards aligned to my state, along with trends over the school year to see how students are progressing from a 9-week period, a weekly period, or even within the entire school year, where my overall mastery is. Now down here, individual student tiles allow you to see the same grade information, but based on subject areas and by individual students. So this is something I can pull up for ARD meetings, for intervention blocks, for parent-teacher conference, and be able to really look at a number of students and see who is making great progress based on the time that they're spending within the program and how many achievements they've made based on how many sessions, and where they may be lagging or struggling a bit. Okay, so again, we can filter those out and focus on those suggested areas for remediation with students. Now, what do we do when we see that data? We see that students are struggling. Instructors have a teacher toolkit built with thousands of resources in here that they can pull from. So if you have students working below grade level or on interventions or above grade level, you can actually choose the grade span and select what resources you're looking for. So in terms of lesson plans, we have all of the tools that you need to effectively use this in instruction, with the lesson plan, the graphic organizer, guided independent practice, along with examples and ways to modify this for struggling learners as well. All that's going to be built into the lesson plan. Okay, even ways to hit advanced learners in a video, an instructional video where a master teacher walks us through this lesson. So a great instructor resource that we can either search by topic or look at content based on standard, including project-based activities, virtual labs in the science area, social studies, educational videos, and then those great Khan Academy videos as well. Okay, so just to name a few. Now, for the instructor, they have a couple ways that they can focus assignments as well, from creating a built test to building a writing assignment, putting in their own writing excerpt or their own writing prompt for students, their own maps or data charts that students can interpret and then create a response and submit that to the instructor for feedback. And then even practice an instruction assignment. So if you have one specific area that goes along with your curriculum for this week that's in your lesson plan and you want to create a practice session for students around that standard, you can absolutely focus what they're working on rather than letting them work on their own pace. Okay, so now this built test feature allows you to create common formative assessments, short cycle assessments, Quizlets at the end of the week, and you can share these across campus along with teachers in your own campus and save these year over year so you don't have to recreate the wheel. Now with these, you can also select from those 13 different item types and pick and choose the questions you want students to work through, so a pretty great feature. And lastly, we also offer a collaborative whole group or small group teaching experience with what we call a group session. So here instructors can actually launch any test or any practice session and do this through a collaborative practice where every student's screen is the same and we're all working through a problem together, where we might go through and actually eliminate incorrect responses, see what the correct response should be, and then I can actually set students off and start polling them so they can work on these, and I can immediately see through the group session results and a grid who's getting these correct and incorrect. So these offer a really great way to kind of stop in the middle of instruction, make sure your students are getting it, and be able to kind of see this collaboratively. So really great if you think about that dashboard page and identifying who's struggling and then immediately being able to pull a lesson plan and poll the audience to see how they understood it. All right. Now, in addition to that, Study Island offers quality benchmarks that are built from your state assessments. They offer high-stake assessment preparation, and they focus on simulating and preparing students for those end-of-year state consortia or college career readiness tests like AP, ACT, and SAT. So through Study Island, we offer district and school-level benchmarks. And these are built from state blueprints, expose students to content, rigorous item types, and computer-based testing environments. So in addition, Study Island offers your ability to create your own assessments using the built test, but these are aligned to those state end-of-year exams. So they continue to provide students and instructors with the tools they need to inform instruction and to provide and make sure that students are hitting that proficiency. Study Island also offers that partnership with NWEA, where NWEA scores can be uploaded into the program and create an individualized learning path for each and every student. So we offer that and is available in math for grades 2nd through 11th and in reading for grades 2nd through 12th, along with an exclusive NWEA MAP partnership with science for alignment to next generation science standards, and that's available for grades 3rd through 8th grade. So each topic in the learning path is automatically scored for each and every student. Students receive additional support with those lessons, flashcards, and videos. And if they're struggling, they continue to receive that automatic remediation. And that real-time data also is effective with that NWA MapLink partnership as well. Lastly, Study Island offers complete peace of mind with commitment to providing a simple technology integration. So leveraging Clever for a swift and simple program setup along with auto integration within your student information systems, this really simplifies Study Island's user experience with a one-click login process for both you and your students. So it's no wonder that Study Island has been recognized year over year with a variety of awards from Reader's Choice Top 100 Products to Computer Ed's Gazette Best Educational Software, to both Cody and Teacher's Choice Awards, along with so many more. So how can we be sure that Edmentum can translate to a positive impact on student achievement? Edmentum continues to provide just how effective a tool Study Island can be, and one such way that we do that is to seek out and secure a third-party peer review with the highly respected Marzano Research Group. So through an experimental study looking into the effectiveness of Study Island as an online learning platform and its impact on student growth during the 2016-17 school year, we're proud to share that these results will definitely give you peace of mind that Study Island has a proven track record of being an effective, evidence-based intervention for your classroom and your students, specifically meeting the rigorous criteria established by the Department of Ed and the Every Student Succeeds Act to qualify us as an evidence-based intervention. And so what does that mean exactly? And that means that when used for a recommended usage of 30 minutes per week, students nationwide experience remarkable and robust growth in each of their subject areas, from math to reading and English language arts. So you can rest assured that not only are students engaged and working on an effective and a proven program, but they are also working towards positive impacts on their academic achievement. So why not save time, access intuitive and real-time engaging tools, and continue to drive education forward in your classroom. Thank you so much for watching our Study Island Edmentum OnDemand webinar. For more information on Study Island and to secure it in your classroom this school year, please contact us at 800-447-5286. Edmentum offers a wide variety of innovative learning programs, and to learn more about any of our solutions, please visit us at www.edmentum.com.